Yeah. Ready? Let's get it. I'm telling you why. You can see in their eyes, them boys ain't playing, they ready to ride. Shaking the tunnel, just screaming and yelling. If you ain't ready, you get eaten alive. Taking the field with loads of passion. Swagging out with the flyest fashions. Cameras out and they steady flashing. Captains out, we about to get it cracking. Full of crashing in between those lines. You boys, we about to ride. We a band of brothers and we stick together like an army mission when it's wartime. We stacking them W's, pay attention. Opponents coming with apprehension. We stay on top of our division. We're from BCS buses to playoff contenders. We on the rise up. Now the boys mad. We have to tighten them boys up. We here for the crown. Utes. We on the rise up. Now the boys mad. We have to tighten them boys up. We here for the crown.
Go Utes!
Welcome to November, Utah fans.
Oh my gosh, it's November.
It's November. Can you believe it?
No, that's kind of depressing, actually.
We're here, another week, another podcast. Utah football fans, we're so happy to be here. We had a great Halloween.
Yes,
I don't know.
we did.
You have a great Halloween?
Yeah, I spent the entire time at Rice Eccles, and then
It was a great Halloween.
my kids were off trick-or-treating with other people, so it was great.
Exactly.
It was wonderful.
Well, please like, subscribe, follow. You know, come join our Facebook group, our Twitter, our Instagram. Follow us on YouTube. Give us a good review. We'd love to have you.
Give us any review.
Subscribe.
At this point, we're just getting all kinds of reviews, so just keep them coming. They make me laugh, so
We love it.
I love it.
Follow and subscribe.
Did you know, based off of one review on our podcast, that we are worse than cancer? Did you know that?
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about
Where
that.
was that?
I mean, that's...
on the Apple podcast, according to some
Zoo.
such, yeah, we're worse than cancer, which that's pretty harsh. I got to say, I mean, I know that we're pretty terrible, but cancer,
He's on Cougar Board.
that's pretty impressive. Anyway,
Wow.
so that's
Enough
the
of
kind of
that
stuff
garbage.
that you had to look forward to.
Wow, that just hurts, you know?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Cheers.
Well, yeah, Halloween was great. I guess it wasn't technically Halloween. It was the 30th.
It was Utah Halloween.
Utah Halloween is what it was. Everyone was celebrating on Saturday in Rice Eccles and everyone wearing black. It was awesome. Awesome
I
atmosphere.
do love the blackout. I gotta say, it was weird when they do the uniforms. There was actually a lot of hate. I don't know if you saw this for the
the helmet.
For the helmet. I
Yeah.
don't know if you saw that. A lot of people don't like the big blown up chrome I love it. I think it's great looking. I love the blackout. I thought it looked awesome. It was fun. Great environment.
It was fun.
The one thing, did you notice how it emptied out after halftime?
Not even halftime. Yeah.
What happened?
I didn't notice. No. Mm-mm.
You didn't
Oh,
notice?
I noticed.
I noticed because halftime it was full. And then it was like middle of third quarter, all of a sudden I looked around. I feel like it's everybody had Halloween parties, and so they came for half of the game and then they left.
Or it was late and babysitters and all that stuff. I don't know, but
That was disappointing, Ute fans.
Yeah.
But at the beginning of the game, it was great.
it's true.
We gonna go through it?
Yeah, we'll talk.
Okay.
But before we get there, though, a couple things
order of
before we
business.
get to the game.
Okay.
So do you all remember a month ago we just finished the first preseason stuff. We were 1-2.
Yes. I vividly remember
Okay, everybody
was jumping off bridges.
was going berserk and whatever. And you remember we had this little podcast, and I said, "Hey, it's all attainable right before us."
Did you have the
Do you remember
the
it?
Aaron Rodgers relax?
Basically,
one of
that's
those
what I
moments?
said.
I remember. I said the same
And
thing.
here we are. But just think about it. Think about where you were, everybody.
I remember people commenting
1 year ago
that we were going to go 4-8 was what people were saying,
and in fact, and then last week, after the Oregon State loss, people were still freaked. Some people were freaked out. Not everybody. I just reiterated the fact that it's all attainable, the real stuff. And after last weekend, not only our game, but the ASU game and other stuff, now where it's all lining up, it's just like that guy quoted. I forgot his name now. I wish I had his name. He says he's after the Oregon State loss, where he's quitting this year and just going to look forward to next
done.
year.
Are you still done, buddy? Or are you coming
Yeah,
back
so
on?
are you done now that it's right there for us. Unless we have a total collapse,
that we go to the Pac-12 championship
we'll
game.
go to the championship game. All I'm saying is it's the long view, and here we are. So, point two, though. No, not point two, but another thing. A shout out to Jasun Edwards.
Oh, yeah.
Who predicted
He got the score.
the score? He was 2 points off. Was it 42-24? Was that his prediction? I think it was.
It was.
Sounds right.
Of everybody that put a score out there,
We'll give him the break because who can predict a safety? So we'll give it
Right,
to
that's
him.
yeah.
all I know is that no one else was that close. I was 35-34, so I wasn't even in the ballpark. What was yours?
I was 34-17. I thought it'd be a wide margin, but
I think I was 30.
You missed it.
I think I was 35-28 or something like that. So
no.
So no, we were not on. Congratulations, Jason. I can't say
Jason.
congratulations, Jason.
Congratulations, Jason.
Right.
Jason?
I couldn't
But
say
anyway,
it all.
well done. Jasun Edwards, he picked him this week, essentially.
He's not the Marcus, though. The Marcus is the only person so far to nail a score
the
on the
exact score.
on the head. So let's keep it rolling.
Before we get to the game and specifically the game and stuff of that, but let me ask you this question. I didn't realize this, so as I was looking at some numbers, I guess my question is: Are we spoiled?
Yes.
Or as a fan, let me finish what I'm saying. Or as a fan base, are we spoiled? Because we have won 17 of our last 18 games at Rice-Eccles.
What?
Is that right?
Oh, I think I saw something.
Yeah,
about
that's
that.
right. The last 3 seasons, correct.
Okay, just think about that. We have won the last 17 of 18 in Rice-Eccles, and we have won 15 of our last 18 Pac-12 play games. Games. And
In Rice-Eccles or just,
No,
just
no.
overall?
Just in
Generally.
general.
we've won 15 of our last Pac-12,
Wow.
the last 18 in Pac-12 play. And you would think I forget. Yeah, at some point you take for granted the success you're having. Is that it just becomes the norm that if you're not that every year or a little better, then you suck. But when you stand back and just see how successful we've been, we're now 4-1 this year in the league play, and we haven't been we were 4-1 in 2019 with that fantastic team. All I'm saying is, maybe we are a little bit spoiled, and just by some comments I read from people that they're ready to jump ship and all the stuff. It just feels to me that maybe we take for granted the success that we are having. Yeah, I want to win the championship and I want to go to the Rose Bowl. Okay, that's the ultimate. But nevertheless, don't you feel like we be a little more objective?
Well, I do think, like you said, the things we've seen from our fan base this year
All
and
years.
in
It's
2019 also, when we went to the championship, I think, the expectations were going to win every single game, and I guess maybe that's because we've won almost
many games.
every single game in Rice-Eccles especially. So I don't know. I hadn't thought about it that way, of us being spoiled.
I don't want to bash other fans. I'm not that way. It's just saying, look, we need to
We're a
not
good
be so
team.
spoiled.
Well, we're a really good team.
We're a good team.
Well, and if we don't, to your point, it's that if we don't score a touchdown on every drive, it's fire everybody. That sort of an attitude. And I've got some numbers here. It's ublender44 on Twitter. So shout out to him. He tweeted this.
Or her.
He tweeted this. So these are some numbers. Just go with me. 2019, 30, 35, 31, 23, 35, 52, 21, 35, 33, 49, 35, 45. Those are points on offense that we scored that year. Last year, 17, 21, 30, 38, 45. This year, 40, 17, 31, 24, 42, 35, 34, 44. That's all.
It's going.
It's going up. The trajectory's going up. We're getting better. And I remember the days of old where Utah would win 13-9. Mm-hmm. And it was awful and ugly. For the last 3 years, we've actually had an offense. Let's be a little positive here and enjoy some of it. Some dudes that are really talented, some quarterbacks that can throw the ball, guys that are going to be going to the NFL, and all we can do sometimes is whine about it. Let's enjoy it. Let's have some fun. We are spoiled. I mean, people calling for Whittingham to be fired constantly. Whittingham's one of the top 10 coaches in all of college football.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
All right, let's talk about the game. I mean, I'm sure I would say 90% of the people listening and watching saw the game one way or the other. But don't you have to really start with Thomas when you talk about the game?
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
What was it, 160 yards?
160 yards.
Himself and 4 touchdowns. Ties a Utah record for touchdowns in a game. I mean...
You know the last running back to score 4 touchdowns in a game?
Is Joe Williams.
At UCLA?
At UCLA at the
Remember that?
Rose Bowl.
I was there. I was at that
He
game.
ran for like
still running,
5,000
I
yards.
think.
That was crazy. Yeah,
But-
he was the last running back to do it.
Yeah, so unbelievable. I mean, what a talent.
It's where the season started.
It's amazing.
Where
It
the
is amazing.
season started with him, with Thomas, and he had his issues, his fumbles. It kind of seemed like he was gonna maybe sit on the bench for the rest of the season with all those issues going on, and now he has emerged as this running back who just
He's the dude.
oh yeah, he can ram it down your throat. I mean, 160 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Think about it. We talked about this 2 weeks ago. The guy went from literally sleeping in his car to scoring 4 touchdowns against UCLA in a year. It's incredible.
Well, and winning all sorts of awards this week and Pac-12 wasn't
incredible.
he offensive player,
He's the offensive
of,
player
the
of the
week?
week.
Rose Bowl
Absolutely.
offensive player of the week or
As
something
he
like
should.
that.
He was unstoppable.
So kudos to him. I mean, he has turned it around.
Yep.
Our team, I mean, you have to consider, and we've mentioned this, and we say it every year, but, you know, when the rankings come out and all that stuff, the first 4 or 5 weeks, at least I don't think that you should be ranked yet, because the team hasn't become the team yet. Look, compare our team from those first 3 games to where we're at right now.
Well, if you took this team and the San Diego State game, okay, I mean, they're very different teams, different quarterback, like the mindset, things are just very different. So
I'm just saying,
it's very different.
our team now, we've evolved because we're young. We have had a lot of injuries, and we've been able to adapt pretty well. But you just consider where we were with Brewer and the Thomas situation. He was fumbling, wasn't playing, to he's the guy now. He is steamrolling people. And with Rising and what he's doing, it's just saying, here's where we're at. We've evolved into a pretty dang good team. Our offense against UCLA was 469 total yards of offense, which is a season high, I believe.
Okay.
But you just gave the stats, though, James, and it was the 5th game this season of 400-plus yards. Now, that's amazing. I mean, this year...
Fire Ludwig.
This year, this year, we're riding the offense.
Are you getting
Which
your
is so weird, by the way.
Yeah.
Are you getting your wish?
You've wished for this.
wanted this so badly.
I mean, and I wanted to keep going because it's when you read those stats, you can, it's kind of like this, but we're on the upswing with all, because we're getting better every week. Now that Thomas is not fumbling, he's in the game
Well, and Rising's now started 4 games.
Yeah, he's still.
He has started 4 games in his college career.
Yeah, I'm loving
So
it.
insane.
I'm loving it. 400 plus yards a
Yeah.
game.
I mean, that's crazy. The other thing people have kind of been bashing on is that we don't have a receiver who's got all these yards. I think Covey's got our most yards or whatever. I don't care because he is dishing the ball out to 6, 7, 8 different receivers every game. There's not just one guy that they can key on, and that's a huge advantage we can have.
I don't care how many yards Vele has.
Oh my gosh,
That
Vele,
dude is an animal. The catches that he has made this season, you could make just a highlight reel of just the catches he's made this season. I mean, they're unbelievable. So I don't really care how many yards he has. The way he catches the ball is out of control.
So I rewatched the game because that's just what I do. There was a catch that he had, all of us, that he had, and it's the situations that he's coming up so big in. Mm-hmm. The third down plays, the couple weeks ago, our last home game, I remember who we played, the one-handed catch that he made.
Right.
Those are in key situations where we are either going for field goals or punting the ball. He's making huge plays, and it's awesome because I've been hearing about this guy the last 3 years, and it's really fun to see a Utah receiver emerge like this. It's pretty cool.
I heard Witt in his press conference. He made comment about very often we're using. You're talking about receivers, the thing you just mentioned, but we very often we have a 3 tight end set.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason is because they're good.
Yeah.
Well, they're good at both factions of being a tight end.
They're great receivers, so they catch the ball, especially Kincaid and Keithy. And so why not use the talent and then the other guys? I just think you're right. Is we have these guys who are tight ends, big receivers who can catch. Then you got the skilled, faster guys. He's dishing it around. It's hard to cover all of that.
Well, and then you have the fact of you've got the tight ends who can block, but then you still have to. They're still a threat to receive. It's coming together. It's been a lot of fun. This last game was an absolute blast to be at. It was fun.
For me, the offense is. It's the offense that's carrying us. The defense is pretty good. And even Witt actually basically said that. The defense was good. They got a lot more to do. There's some, other stuff to do. We have injuries and so forth. But nevertheless, UCLA is averaging 206 yards of rushing a game. And we held them to 146 yards.
Wow.
Which is fantastic.
Well, and even better considering
great.
the Oregon State game the week before where we had such a hard time with that.
Yeah. I got to say, though, we were great on third down, I think, or good on the third down against UCLA. But
not on fourth down.
We're like, they had 9, I think, fourth down tries, and they got 7 of them.
Yeah, I've never seen a team go for fourth down that many times in a game, ever.
So the question is, was Lloyd's absence minimal, moderate, or extreme?
Well, the
in
UCLA
having his
scored
absence.
more points in the second half than they did in the first half. I don't really care about that.
So
I don't.
What's interesting?
Was the impact?
The impact was big, and I'll tell you the reason why. Whittingham won the coin toss and took the ball.
Yes.
When is the last time that Kyle Whittingham won the coin toss and received the ball? I couldn't tell you another example. The number one reason he did that is because it gave the offense one more positive possession in the first half, and on the back end, knowing Lloyd would be in for when UCLA had the ball on the second half. So that alone is a humongous impact on the game. He also said, though, that our offense has been humming, and go down, score 7 points, and you're in the lead, which is exactly what happened. So I think it was a moderate impact. I think the other guys filled in. I mean, Sewell had a pick. I think the linebackers and the defense played pretty well, but Devin Lloyd he's a freaking All-American. He's an all-star.
I loved, I don't remember which account it was on. It might have been on Utah Football or whatever on their Instagram account, but there was video of Lloyd during the first half, and he's on the sideline, and he's doing the third down jump.
Yeah, he's with the towel.
And he's actually jumping and, doing the 3 in the air and, like, yelling and just getting into it. It's like, that is the captain. That's a leader. He's on the sideline doing everything he can because he can't be on the field. So I think that speaks a lot to who he is.
What do you think, Gary?
Yeah, I don't think it was extreme by any means. I think it was moderate to minimal, and maybe that's a good thing.
It's a very good thing.
And someone asked Whittingham essentially that question, but he's saying, hey, people, he's an All-American. Mm-hmm.
So it has an impact.
You can't tell me the guy's going to have an impact on the field, which he would. Who knows?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm glad it wasn't a noticeable thing.
Correct.
To me, because I don't know. To me, it was moderate to minimal, and I admit it. But who's to say what he would have done if he was in the game? He's an All-American. Come on.
Well, our 2 linebackers led the team in tackles. So Sewell had 14, Reed had 9. A lot of that came in the first half. So I'm with you, but he's an All-American. He's one of the best 3 linebackers in the entire freaking country. All things right now are pointing to him being drafted in the NFL in the first round. Mm-hmm. You don't replace that.
But it's like you said, I think it's really good that there wasn't this noticeable shift because that means we've got emerging talent.
Depth is so key.
We know we do. Our defense is very young. We've said it a million times, but it was great that it wasn't like we got down by 20 points and all of a sudden he had to come in and save us. They stepped up and did it.
Mm-hmm. More or less. I mean, at times, it's those 4th downs. Who knows?
That's true.
Whatever. That's Lloyd. So Cameron Rising. Let's talk about Cameron Rising.
I love him. Let the hair grow, by the way.
I love his greasy hair.
Let
that baby just.
I want by
1040
next year,
oil,
it's
buddy.
Just
1040
through the back.
So sweaty and oily.
Beautiful.
I'm one who thinks he's playing fantastic.
Same. Cheers.
I think last game he was great.
Okay.
There might be those who didn't think he played great. I'm just looking at how many yards did he throw for?
So he threw 179.
Okay, 179. I think he only threw 27 times.
He was 17 for 27.
Okay, 17 for 27, 179
yards.
179, but he ran for, I think it was 63 yards. He threw for a touchdown, and he ran for a touchdown.
And he had 0 turnovers.
And again, no turnovers. And so, and you look at his QBR, I think nationally he was like 20th or 21st in the country for this week. But if you look again, just for the whole season, Cameron Rising is still number 8 in the country QBR.
That's incredible.
Okay, and that's look it up. I feel like I just threw out 179 yards passing, 63 yards rushing, and then you just pass on. But think about some of those throws he threw. Great throws. Did he miss a couple? Yeah, who doesn't? Most of the time. Someone will miss, but his percentages are good. He made some great throws. His receivers, of course, are catching some of these great throws. But some of those runs he had were critical.
Well, they're so key. The timing of them.
Uh-huh.
It's for me, the stats are one thing. The stats are average. They're fine. They're average. The no turnovers is big. He accounted for 2 touchdowns himself. But the impact on the game that he had was humongous.
Absolutely. It was.
There were a couple of times where he took a blown play.
Yeah.
There was 2 or 3 blown plays where he keeps it himself and gains 13 yards. And his leadership, his impact on the game, his command of the huddle, and his understanding of the offense, it's been great to watch him. I'm with you. I think he's playing fantastic.
Well, yeah, look, there's a couple times when you go, oh, that was a crappy throw.
Yeah, if it's not a touchdown, everyone's upset about it.
But my gosh, that's going to happen. Geez. But you have to look at it overall, the impact he's having, what he's doing to the offense. He's opening it up. He's giving us more options. And I'm sorry, but he punted the ball.
He received votes for Special Teams Player of the Week.
I looked at you both and I said, was that our quarterback?
So he was the punter for his team in high school. So it's not new to him. I love it. I think it's genius. So it's completely legal. 4th down.
Of course it's legal. It's a quick kick.
Both were inside the 10, and one led to a safety.
Well, our special teams have been struggling.
Exactly. And the defense has to stay out there. It's open for opportunity. If he sees something he likes, he can run a play or he can kick it.
I'm sure they'll use it like that. No, it was good. So with him, it's the totality of his play.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's not just throws. He only threw 27 times.
Yeah.
the UCLA quarterback, I think, doubled up, threw the ball.
What was his name?
His name
The UCLA
is Garbers. Garbers. He's a freshman.
Am I the only one that in the stadium when he would announce Garbers, it sounded like he said garbage throw, and that was a garbage throw for 27 yards.
He's only a freshman.
Garbers.
He's going to be good.
He's going to be really good.
UCLA. But here's the thing with it's kind of going back to Rising, and maybe, and you said it, is like his throwing stats. But when you have 290 yards rushing as a team,
You're going to run the ball.
290 yards.
You're okay. Why throw it?
You're not going to have right, and we were just killing them. Yeah. So you got to put it all together. And of course, Cameron Rising had 60 of those yards rushing.
You know that Rising's a sophomore,
and he's a sophomore.
Wow, he's a sophomore.
So his hair could be like
Yeah,
down his
grow
back
it out, thick boy.
by the time he's a senior.
Yeah, he's a sophomore. He's only throwing
Kick boy now.
Kick boy. Yeah.
All right, so let's ask this: what was your play of the game? Think about that for a second. I mean, with some big plays.
Oh, no, that can't be.
Some massive plays. But what would be?
Okay, I got it. Mine is the Sewell pick. That I don't know what lineman it is. I wish I knew. He made a fantastic play, and there's actually a video angle. So he goes up and bats it, and the offensive lineman that was blocking him pretty much put him through the ground, like made him pay for blocking that, tipped up in the air, and Sewell picks it. The timing of that pick, I think we were up 14-10, and they had the ball or something like that. We get the ball back, go down, score. All of a sudden, we've got the momentum back. I think that was the play of the game.
You got one comes to mind?
That wasn't my favorite play, but that was the play of the game.
Well,
I like that choice.
There's a few, but I have to say it stood out to me so much that we scored both times after the Ty Jordan, Aaron Lowe celebrations. The first play after both of those celebrations, we scored a touchdown. And I think that's worth noting because it just, Thomas, that was his touchdown. It was right in front of us. And then after the third, fourth quarter with the moment of loudness, and then we scored right after. I think those are really cool moments.
I was torn between two plays, for me anyway. One was the decleater pancake block.
Oh my!
Okay, that was just that is like.
Who was that? Who made the block?
I can't remember.
Kimber now. I'm sorry. We should have that.
The corner came around and was like, "I'm getting a free shot," and just
okay. So that was unbelievable, and the safety. And my pick is the safety.
So
because we were at that point, I think we were only up by 11, and they had just got the ball. So there was a little bit of worry going through my veins because just the way it is, and we just had a great view of it. And he just came flying through there, and Garbage didn't have a chance.
Garbage throw.
And just smashed him to the ground. That was such a big play. We get the 2 points. We get the ball. To me, that's the play of the game. But the dude getting crushed by our lineman.
That was pretty cool too.
That was fantastic.
No,
anyway, that's my play of the game. The safety
was just,
huge. I think it was Putu Tau.
He ran through there so fast, completely untouched, and
missed assignment there, man.
Yeah, and it was right in front of us.
No, it wasn't.
All north end zoners, you got to see that.
I watched a video of it, of a breakdown of a guy today, and they showed him working on his hand movement from just over and over and over, and then they showed that play, and the guy went to block him, and the perfect technique.
Okay.
Knocks the guy's hands, and the big dude just goes right by, and just, it happened so fast.
Yeah.
So for me, my favorite play of the game was the safety. There's something about a safety.
You never see it.
You never see it. It's only 2 points.
Yeah.
We got the ball back, but it's just that Rice Cycles exploded.
Changed it, man.
And just the celebration, it was awesome. So I think that was my favorite play, but yeah, that was awesome.
What are your? We've talked about this before. I think it was. We wondered about if the day would come when the number 22 would be retired, and they did it for Ty and Aaron. Any thoughts on that? Now that they did, I thought it was cool. I mean, it's neat to have their number and to honor them forever now in Rice Eccles, I think it's great.
Yeah, of course.
That's a good moment.
It was a great moment, and the family's there, and my one thought, it felt kind of short and rushed, and that's just because of where it was in the game.
Yeah.
Between first and second quarter, you don't have a lot of time, so I did feel like it was a little bit rushed. But it is cool to have their names, the number forever on Rice Eccles, and it's bringing such love to the team, and so I think that's just going to continue on from here on out with that number up there all the time.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I think it was the right thing to do.
I do too.
I think it's great.
I do too. Did you hear? I know that throughout the Pac-12, the yard marker 22 was all marked red, but
Which was very cool.
But that UCLA, before the game, their entire team gathered at the 22-yard line. I think they left. Was it flowers?
They left flowers.
Flowers there, and that was. I mean, Witt didn't know about it. I don't think that our team even knew about it.
In fact, Chip Kelly, someone that was there saw the bus parked. Mm-hmm. They walked straight from the bus. Every single player and coach from the bus to the 22-yard line. Chip Kelly said some things. They had a moment of silence at the 22-yard line and left flowers.
That's class, man.
It's super class. It's super class.
Shout out to, because we've had Oregon State. Last week they put flowers. They had, I think, the 22 on the tunnel when our team walked through. I mean, there's been some really classy things from some of these Pac-12 teams.
Yeah.
And the thought to go in to paint the 22-yard line red on all of those Pac-12 stadiums was awesome. And
yeah, I mean,
it brings it to that it's more than football.
It is. And for me, there's certain teams I really don't like because of their team.
Yeah.
Right? Anus U being one of them. But they put on their Twitter and they painted red. It's very cool, very classy. And I'm sure that the team appreciates it. It's pretty cool of everybody.
So it's the 20-year anniversary of the MUSS.
Mm-hmm.
It was? They didn't mention that at one time at the stadium.
Which is unbelievable. And in case anyone here listening or watching didn't know, our very own Bryn was on the field at halftime being honored.
I did my pageant wave.
She was like this.
My Queen of England wave.
Is that what that was?
She waves like this.
She does.
Any thoughts on the MUSS?
I'm
and
better
the
than all of
festivities?
you.
And I mean,
I liked, so we had a little hype video, and then they said any current current, they're all standing anyways, but former MUSS members, and they had everybody stand, so we got to stand up, and I just think that's a cool thing to see, the fact that so many people who were MUSS members have now wanted to continue on attending Utah football games, so they've become season ticket holders, and there was a lot in the stadium. I mean, I do think the fact that we have continuous sellouts every year is because of the success of the MUSS, because you've seen it happen.
No, Helms has been good too. So
well, yeah, but you've seen the atmosphere. I mean, Rice Eccles is a hard place to play, as you read the stats that we've won 17 of 18 there. It's a hard place to play, and the MUSS brings that, so it's exciting, and it's a great time. Being on the field it's kind of strange. It's so, it feels a lot bigger, but at the same time, it almost feels like Rice Eccles is small. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, I'm a short person. I'm not very tall. So when I'm on the field and you see the football players.
Giants.
They are giants.
They're giants.
Makes me feel even smaller. But it's fun. And I'm glad to be able to celebrate it. It's been a great time. I was at the U when it started, was in the MUSS as a student, and then have continued on, luckily, to be able to.
That first year, what has it gone for, since you've been there? How many students has it?
Well, so it started in 2002 with about 300 students.
Yeah, that's what I remember. Okay.
And then I started, so my senior year was the 2004 Fiesta Bowl year. You and I were at that game together in the MUSS.
Yeah, that was
the BYU game when we
rushed row 40.
We rushed the field after
that got us there.
Tortilla chips in the Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah, that was a stressful rushing of the field.
That was scary.
I learned that night. for anyone that has never rushed a field and wants to participate, you get in the middle there.
It's scary.
It is stressful. It is not fun.
Especially,
stay on the outside.
Especially if you're a short person.
Yeah, if you're short, it was not fun, but it was fun in the moment.
So, I mean, at those times, in 2004, it was probably around 2,500 students, and now it's at 7,000. So,
It's great.
and it just keeps growing and getting bigger, and it's fun. It's so much fun to watch.
Well, congrats, especially for all the work you do.
Thank you.
It's a lot. We're talking about college students, so
And their parents.
And their parents.
yeah, maybe it's more some of their parents.
Can I bring up an unpopular opinion?
Let's go.
Maybe it's a popular opinion. I don't know.
Yeah, bring it.
I think the Light the U tradition needs to go.
Of the little like pretend lighting
Yeah.
of the U.
What do you think? I think it's lame
doesn't bother
because it doesn't actually light the U when they do
No.
the little plunger.
Would you replace it with something or just
I
get
don't
rid
know.
of it?
I just think it's kind of lame.
It's kind of bouncy house, right?
Yeah.
You got rid of the bouncy house for this freaking bad A intro. Maybe we get rid of maybe they just like don't do that.
Maybe it's unpopular. Maybe that's a popular opinion. I don't know.
I never thought about it.
I think it's corny. It's cheesy. It's like high schoolish.
I like it.
Okay, well,
I don't mind it.
you like the cheese then.
No, you think it's cheesy. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. Kind of a rally thing. We won. Boom. I'm okay with it.
I mean, the players seem to like it. I just think it's kind of lame.
I've literally never.
I'm
thought
good
about
with it.
So
Unpopular opinion.
But the whole week, before we move on just to Stanford, our upcoming game, I think the mantra from last week was physicality. I think that's what Witt said. Physical. And when they walked out,
I was just gonna bring that up.
You mentioned it at the game that wasn't by accident. We had our two offensive. I think they were both.
So it was
Nick Ford,
It
I
was
believe.
Nick Ford and Bam. I can't pronounce his last name. Just the two
Leading the way.
They led.
The two baddest dudes on the team are the first out of the locker room, and they're walking through the freaking tunnel. Just, we are going to beat you.
Well, and
in
they
this
had
game.
the black helmets on. I feel like they had black visors on too, so like you couldn't even see their face.
It was ridiculous, and then they come walking through the smoke.
Just
I was
those
scared.
two, and then it was Witt and the team.
Yeah.
That was on purpose.
It was a statement.
Cool.
It was a statement.
That was cool.
It was way cool. We had a lot of that sort of stuff this week. It was
Kyle,
Well done.
you strategist.
Bam. Let's see. I've got him right here. He's 6'8", 330. So we had him.
Yeah, see, when you're standing next to that, it's
And then Nick Ford,
Scary.
who's 6'5", 317, leading the team. Yeah, physicality.
they
And
brought
they did it. When you rush for that many yards, it's all physical.
Okay, Stanford this week. I got to keep this rolling.
Can I just say I'm actually kind of nervous about this game?
Yeah, yeah.
Every game, yeah,
But this just feels like a typical letdown game for me. All of our losses to this point on the road. This game's on the road. It's a team on paper that we should beat by 24 points.
yeah, those are always scary.
Right? It's not an atmosphere that's ruckus. It's people doing their homework in the stands.
It's a lot of
A
golf
bunch of
clapping.
physicists and astrophysicists and
I've been there twice at Stanford. Absolutely gorgeous area. Palo Alto is
Okay.
beautiful, and you're going, so you'll see it.
I am.
But
So if anyone has any suggestions on things to do,
you just you walk around campus. It's beautiful, but it's the people there, like they don't care
They
that
don't
the
care.
game's on.
okay, so
There's no atmosphere. The weird tree, the weird band.
Yeah, it's
they're
all-
very strange.
so that's not to me a factor of an opposing fan base.
No.
Okay, look, I agree. I'm not going to say that I'm not worried about it, and they beat
they beat Oregon.
Oregon. So how that happens, but you know how anyway they've got the talent. They're just not playing as good as the usual Stanford teams play,
Wow.
I'm sorry.
and they are more of the in-your-face type of team. In the past, we've been able to handle that.
Yeah.
Oregon State, though,
Oregon
took
State
it to us.
Took it to us.
But am I nervous? Yeah, but I just feel like the way our offense is humming along, I feel like we can overcome that. Now, if you look at the stats, just comparatives, I mean, it's hard to compare precisely, but anyway, to this point of the season, the Utes are averaging 33 points a game, and Stanford's averaging 25, almost 25. We allow 25 points a game. They allow 28.
Okay.
Total yards per game, we go 416. They go 340. 340 there isn't really that many yards.
No.
When you put
No. But they don't. But to your point, they don't. That's not their style. They're a grind it out, slow the game down so the clock runs. Don't run a lot of plays, so because of that, less yards comes from it.
Now we've been allowing 372 yards a game. They've been allowing 402 yards a game.
Here's the thing.
Let's see, pass yards. So this is interesting. So they allow, their defense is giving up about 196 yards a game passing and 206 yards a game rushing.
They gave up how much yards rushing a game?
206. That's a lot.
If I remember right, I gotta look. I gotta look this up. UCLA was only giving up. They were giving
Oh
up.
yeah, we didn't mention that.
What was it?
93 or 4.
Yeah, it was not a
Under
lot.
100
In the
yards
90s.
a game rushing, and we just manhandled them to almost 300 yards rushing. So that could be a massive advantage in Utah's favor if their run defense is already suspect, and then we can do what we've been doing. But the challenge here is obviously they've got a little bit of talent because they've beaten 2 of their 3 wins has been Oregon and USC. Isn't that weird?
It's so weird.
They're last place in the entire conference right now. Well, in the
are?
North. I think Colorado's worse. But
They're Cal. I thought Cal was last.
no, it's
Stanford's last.
under Cal. And then Arizona and Colorado, but those are obviously in the South. But 2 of their wins have come against USC, who we know what USC is, but they've got talent everywhere.
Yeah, but Oregon.
And Oregon, who, by the way, we haven't mentioned, is ranked 4th in the
We'll get there.
college football poll.
We'll get there.
It's so weird to me. So that's why I'm kind of nervous about this. All the stats point to Utah should be able to win this game. We have advantages all over the field. But man,
Okay, let's go. We won't belabor it. That's kind of the. Yeah, we're favored. Everyone favored that we're going to win. Betting lines, Utah's
betting line is Utah's by
Like
what, 6?
6.
7?
I thought 7 something. Which is pretty big.
It is big,
in a
especially
betting
on the
line.
road.
Yeah, on the
'Cause-
road. So
yeah.
what's your? Let's throw them out. Score predictions. One of these years I'm going to get it right.
One of these times it just has to.
I've been close. Not last week. I
have it.
sucked. I sucked.
Just
bad.
has to happen sometime.
Okay, I'll give you mine.
Let's hear it.
I'm saying it's going to be 38-24 Utah. 38-24 Utah.
I'm going 34-21 Utah.
Okay, so I'm going to preface this with saying that
No
I'm
prefacing.
Just shh. I'm nervous about this game. I am. However,
What are you choosing?
here we go. 45-17 Utah.
Okay, how does that compute?
That doesn't
dude?
make sense if you're nervous and then you're choosing that.
I think like halftime it's 14-10 or something weird.
And then
you're
we
right.
just blow them out.
And we just blow them out. I
I hope.
hope I'm right, obviously. I
good,
think
man.
I think that the talent and the skill is all there. But would I be shocked if next week we're sitting here and Utah lost 21-17? No.
I'm not even.
Don't say that. Don't put that out there.
Look, I'm just
Dude.
saying this just
Hey, we're going to win.
If you get
putting the
45-17
positive
right,
vibes.
I'll buy you a Mountain Dew.
you buy me 2 Mountain Dews and a
Then a Red Bullet.
I'll buy you a Gary cocktail.
for the Arizona game that's at 11 o'clock Arizona time. I'm not even going to be awake for that.
All right, there you have it. There's our predictions. What's yours? We're going to.
We didn't mention it's the Thomas Orthodontics
Sponsored.
sponsor, but keep in mind that the dude lives in Utah County. He has to deal with zoobs at a constant clip. So if you are a Ute fan, go help the guy out.
I wish he had an office here because I've got 2 kids.
I
that
know.
Need braces.
Me too. My daughter lost her tooth, and the other day I was brushing her teeth, and I'm not kidding. Her tooth is coming in at like a 90-degree.
Well, yeah, that's my daughter.
And she looks at me and goes, "Why is my tooth coming in crooked?" And I was like,
My daughter's is sideways.
Yeah, it's sideways. And I was like, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it."
That means
but
it's-
all I can see is dollar signs, just going, "Fuck."
Yeah.
Does that
What?
that kind of did sound like
Oh my
it,
gosh.
dude? Beep.
Wait a minute.
We have to beep that out
Sorry,
now.
sorry, Mom. It was like a little click in the back of my throat. Anyway, all I can see is dollar signs. So you need an office near
right.
Salt Lake City.
He sponsors our predictions. All right, we're gonna change gears a bit.
Okay.
All right, I got some questions. Just a few questions here. I'm just gonna lay them on you.
Rapid fire.
We have not been told these questions.
You have not been told.
I'm nervous.
I want to get your view on it.
Okay, here we go.
And I'll throw mine in there. Be thinking, Ute fans. What would be your answer? Maybe we'll put a poll out on some of these. Do you prefer NFL football or college football?
College football.
Wait a minute. Go one at a
No, rapid. It's lightning.
No. It
lightning.
doesn't have to be like Bryn.
We didn't play right. We didn't play the game
He didn't
right.
lay the rules out. He
College.
just college.
100% college.
I enjoy a good NFL game.
Yeah, except you two chose all the NFL rules, so it seems like you would like NFL
You would
better.
think so, but college is so much better.
I mean, it's a tough one for me. I like the NFL, but I can actually I can watch college games and enjoy a lot more college games.
Yeah.
Like when I watched Michigan State.
That was a
Right.
fantastic game.
And the week before I watch Oklahoma, Texas, stuff like that. I can find games all the time that I really like to watch, and it's just fun watching these college kids play. So I lean college.
If they were going to shut down my TV on one of the two, and I could only keep one, it would.
I want the Raiders. I can watch the Raiders and college ball. Other than that, I'm
You know,
fine.
Raiders are first place in the AFC at this very moment.
Hey, I saw where they were.
Let's go!
Power rankings today on the NFL Network. 10, baby. 10. 10.
I love how we celebrate 10.
That's so weird.
We're the top third of the
Because
league.
we suck for so many.
Oh, I know.
10th in the league, man.
I know.
Okay.
All right, next.
Do you like...
It's rapid fire. You got to answer.
No,
quick.
just let go, Brandon, then you.
No.
I get to ladies first.
All black unis, all white unis, or all red unis. When they do that. Not combinations. All black, all white, or all red.
You're taking too
Go
long.
ahead. I'm
It's all
thinking.
red. All red. The original Utah, that's what I grew up with.
The all red.
All red. Red.
Yeah, but the all black we've talked about. There's something about the all black.
Oh, it's sexy. It's sleek. I love it.
When they were walking out of the tunnel, like I'm saying, the
I
two
was gonna-
huge,
Okay.
the huge line.
Go.
I'm thinking all black.
All black? It's red or black. I like the all black
Okay.
myself. Yeah,
Loser.
there's just something intimidating about
That's
all
fine.
black. No, I like the red, but the all black is pretty intimidating. It's cool. What kind of fan are you?
Oh,
Right
wow.
off the cuff. What kind of fan are you? You can define it however you
Do
want.
I don't have options. I just
No, you just what kind of fan are you?
Oh,
I know this off the cuff.
Yeah, that I needed a little
of
bit of thought on
fan
this.
am
What kind
I?
of fan?
So
am
some
I?
comes up, James, what kind of fan are you?
I mean, I'm to the point where I have heart attacks.
Okay, are you a fanatic nut job?
100%. We have a podcast
I don't think you're a fanatic nut job.
dedicated to a college football team that we get together once a week and talk about.
Yeah, that's pretty fanatical.
That's pretty fanatical.
I'm a
Not everyone's doing that.
I'm a diehard.
No,
hard.
I am
The guy that wears the football on his head.
Albert.
Albert.
Have you shout out Albert. If you have not seen that dude's man cave,
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I've seen it. Okay, that's
I'm not
upper
that
level.
but because I don't financially have the ability
Maniac.
to make myself that man cave.
I probably would, yeah.
I would too.
if I had another room, I'd.
If I had no kids, let's go for it.
If you had no kids, you have money. So then
There you go.
Are you a rational fan?
No, absolutely not.
I am.
BS.
I'm a rational fan.
I sit by both of you at the football.
I'm rational.
You are so.
You're so full of crap.
You think that you're rational?
Yes.
I think that you logically can look at the game and go,
And that's rational.
no, there's no.
He's
You're
rational.
a psychopath just like the rest of
Now,
us.
like, okay, the
You're not-
psychopath's the dude's behind us.
Okay, but they're psychopath in a negative light, and we will get there. I'm just saying.
No, I'll admit a good.
If it's third down and it's an incomplete pass, a little part of you has rage burst through you, just like me.
Okay, but that's not being irrational. That's just anger. You're an angry fan.
No.
Okay, we're moving next.
You need it. This went too far. You needed to have options.
You had to have options.
No. See, it was good. Next,
I'm a fanatic. I'll
Yeah.
to the core.
what is a successful season?
Undefeated every year.
What was that, dude? What is a
Successful season?
What's a successful season to you?
Pac-12 championship.
Yeah, Pac-12 championship game. Now, here's the problem. And this happened when we went 11. When we went 11-1, so many people did not consider that a successful season because we lost in the Pac-12 championship game. I still think that's a successful season. If we go to the Pac-12 championship game this year and we happen to play against Oregon and we lose, successful season in my book.
Because
Maybe there's levels,
you accomplished the goal that they set out, which is to win the South. So that's success.
but that's just the stepping stone to the.
Doesn't matter. That's success because that is the goal of the season.
Do you want me
Are
to
you hammering or something?
Don't move the table.
Yes. I'm pounding my point.
Gary, what is a
Into the
successful
table.
season? And then I'm going to lay out a very depressing argument for you guys.
No, we're moving on.
Why can't I say something?
We're moving on.
He's in charge.
I'll bring it up later. Don't worry.
No.
He's in charge.
You won't even.
Okay, what still makes you nervous about this season? So we're 4-1. We're going up.
Here's what makes me nervous.
What is the thing that makes you nervous for the remainder of
On
the season?
paper, we play the 3 worst teams in the entire Pac-12.
That makes you nervous?
And Oregon. Yeah. Because traditionally, we lose one of these freaking games for no apparent. We lose to Arizona for some freaking weird reason. It happens all
That's
the
what
time.
I was going to say. Arizona makes me nervous because they're literally the worst team.
In the country.
People, are you
In the
seeing
country.
and hearing this? That's what makes you nervous?
Yes. Yeah.
Arizona?
Yes,
Honestly.
because
Yeah.
we've had that happen before.
What else would make me nervous? Colorado. It's at home.
I'm not talking about team. I'm in anything.
Okay, that's what popped
That's what
into my
makes me
head.
nervous.
Don't
Okay.
question what popped into my head.
You got to give options if you don't want me to go off
What
the
makes me
rails.
nervous is our defense. Is if our Oregon State defense shows up, that makes me nervous.
Okay, I'm changing my answer.
No. See this?
Here we go. I can do whatever I want.
Dude.
Here we go. Here's what makes me nervous.
Jeez.
Here we go. This is my scenario, by the way.
Go ahead.
No.
Utah beats Oregon at home. Knocks Oregon out of the playoff. We have a rematch at the Raider Stadium, and somehow we lose. And because we beat them originally, they're not in the playoff anymore. They go to the Rose Bowl.
It's 2019 all over
Yeah.
again. That doesn't make me nervous, but
It makes me nervous.
okay. Moving on.
How Utah would that be, though?
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. It's happened before.
We beat them, and then we
All right.
choke ourselves.
That has nothing to do with
It makes
what
me
makes
nervous.
you nervous.
It makes me nervous that we're going to do that.
Good grief.
And then we play in the Alamo Bowl against.
Baylor.
That would be actually a good game.
That'd actually be a good game. Is that
Give me your 2 favorite sports, number 1 and 2, and you can get 3 in there if you want.
No, 2.
Football and hockey. It's all
Football
the
and
same.
hockey and then football.
You know
though.
that's going to be the same answer
Are you
for all of
hockey
us.
and football?
Hockey first, football second. Absolutely, yes.
No.
Oh, yeah. Overall, I'm not just talking about watching. I'm talking about overall. Hockey 1, football 2. I just got back from an NHL game, by the way. Oh, yeah.
I need to go.
Hockey 1, football.
Been a while.
Football and then hockey.
But hockey playoffs is the best playoff
but it's
in
like
the world of sports.
1A and 1B for me.
But you put football first.
But I did.
Ooh. I thought you'd sneak golf in there, I got to be honest with you.
Nope, that is never going to happen. Okay, last question. What position would you want to be on the football team?
I've never thought of that. I can be honest that's
Okay.
never
That's why that's
crossed
exactly
my
it.
mind.
So now that you're
I want to be the quarterback. I want to be the freaking dude. I want to be Tom Brady. Now, I'm not ever going to be talented enough. Obviously, I'm an old man. I want to be the quarterback. I want
He's an old man, too.
That's true. He's older than I am, which is insane. No, quarterback.
so you want to be the quarterback.
I want to be the guy. Yeah. What? If you pick anything but quarterback, you're wrong.
Okay,
A
that's
400-pound lineman.
That'd be pretty sweet.
What do you want to be?
That
the
would be
400-pound
pretty
lineman?
freaking sweet, though.
Maybe I do, because then I'd be 6'8".
You're the Bam walking out of the locker
Yeah,
room.
and 300-something pounds. It's the complete opposite of what I am, so maybe I'll say that.
Oh, okay.
Where every once in a while you get to run through and just ram into somebody. It
Yeah,
sounds
there's
kind
a
of fun.
Pancake them.
Yes,
Yeah.
this play call is you kill that man.
Yeah, it
Okay.
sounds great.
Manhandle it. Okay. No, I think I want to be the quarterback too.
Okay.
I want to be the guy.
I want to be the guy.
He wants all the
I
glory.
want
I
the
do.
glory. You know, the risk.
I don't
and
want
the
the
glory.
blame. I'll
With
tell
the
you that.
glory comes all the hate,
Absolutely,
too. Yeah.
but I want to. You know,
It's true.
That's what
want
he
to be the
wants.
guy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess just in passing. Not a lot of time. We're coming to an end here, but the college football playoff rankings just came out. We're not going to go down all of them because I'm not interested in talking about all of them. But let's talk about the top four, which is. I got to admit, I'm surprised.
I'm
So
really
we've got
surprised.
Georgia, not surprised because they're dang good. Alabama
Alabama 2
is number 2.
Give me a break. See, that's no.
That's always.
I know.
It doesn't matter.
I'm not happy about it, but honestly,
They
it
have
does
one
not
loss.
surprise me for a second with Alabama. We then have Michigan State at number 3.
Well,
I'm
they're,
not surprised.
they're undefeated.
They're undefeated. They just beat number 6 Michigan.
Yeah,
That one doesn't
but
bother.
to jump into there, I'm a little bit because maybe they were off my radar
They were off your radar.
a bit. So all of a sudden they're there. So,
Yeah.
but okay, and then Oregon at number 4. I mean,
Why?
okay, I'll say
shocks
my I'm glad that they're there for the league, and it provides possible opportunities for us.
Correct.
But in my heart, I didn't think they were number 7 in the country, so I don't think they're number 4.
Agreed.
But
I
that's
don't
my
get
view.
it. They've had the one marquee win against Ohio State, who's 5th.
Yeah, who's
So
fifth?
they're only one behind it. Why is Oregon 4?
I don't know.
Why?
I haven't been overly impressed. My big takeaway from this is, yeah, okay, I expected Alabama to make it into the top 4. Not this soon, and especially not at number 2. That bugs me. What really gets me is that Cincinnati is number 6. I think Cincinnati is a top 4 team. I really do. And they're just getting hosed on this.
I hope Oregon stays there. I really do. I think because
Who does Oregon play this week?
it
Does anybody
benefits
know?
us. I don't know, but I'm not seeing it. When I've watched them play, I'm not seeing number 4.
I'm not seeing number 4 team in the country.
So so now that we've said this, let's reiterate quickly, or briefly rather, what James just said. So let's say
No, we can't talk about it.
Utah, because we're going to play Oregon the second to last game of the season.
Yep.
And so let's say Utah ends up, at that point, it looks like we're going to win the South. And there we have Oregon, and they haven't lost, so they're still number 4, or could even be higher.
They could be 3 at that point. Who
if
knows?
someone loses.
Yeah.
So the scenario is if Oregon remains in the top 4. Let's go here first. So if Oregon remains in the top 4 and we end up playing Oregon in the championship game, this is 2019 revisited. If
100% it is.
and if you remember, they lost to ASU and actually screwed us.
Yeah.
Sort of. But anyway, we get to the championship game, and they're in the top 4. Even if we lose, we end up going to the Rose
We're
Bowl.
going to the Rose Bowl one way or another.
One way or another, or Oregon, because Oregon goes off into the Final 4.
Right.
So my question is, what are you going to be feeling when we play that Oregon game?
Here's my thing, though. I'm looking at
Regular season Oregon game.
I'm looking at their schedule right now. I don't see them going undefeated, regardless of Utah, because they got Washington, who's not great, but they have to go to Washington. Then they have Washington State, who's a wild card. Who knows? They just beat the crap out of Arizona State, which was fantastic. At Utah, and then Oregon State. Those are 4
Ooh, yeah. I know, but
challenging teams. But I
That's not my question.
What are you
going to feel like when
honestly,
if we take them out, we take them out of the 4, and it makes it a little tougher
if
for
we
us to
take
get to the
them
Rose
out,
Bowl.
and then we end up playing them the championship game. Yes, I see exactly.
You see what
you're
I'm saying?
Oh,
It's
yeah,
weird, dude.
It'll
It's
be
a
awful.
weird thing.
For sure. I want to beat them.
Let's beat them twice and go to
Let's
the
just
Rose
beat 'em.
Bowl.
Yeah,
Beat 'em twice.
Exactly. Let's just do that.
That's all-
That
that's
sounds
what it
like the
takes.
best.
If we get there,
the
but-
best scenario.
But that is a very real situation.
It's a real possibility again.
We beat
2019,
them.
baby.
We knock them out. They're ranked 9th. Play them again in freaking Vegas, and who knows?
Vegas.
All right,
By the way, get prepared for this. There's a 95% chance that we will be at the Pac-12 championship.
I don't
game.
want to get ahead of myself.
yeah,
So
this
prepare
game
yourself.
It's
at a
like,
time. We
I
got to
was-
beat Stanford.
I want
Mentally
to,
prepare yourself.
but I know.
No, prepare yourself.
Well,
All right.
I am.
If you have obligations, get out of them.
All right, Ute fans. Positive energy. There's no give-me's, as we all know, in this league. So positive
That's the
energy.
point.
We have
This
got.
league is bizarre.
We cannot. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but let's just take care of business against Stanford. Let's go, Utes, huh?
Are we? We're not doing Jackass.
We're skipping
Oh.
the Jackass.
Yeah, Jackass.
I have a quick Jackass award.
I forgot. Go for it.
So-
Jackass. Excuse me.
Jackass.
Sorry.
So we talked about earlier in the podcast how we don't like to. I'm not going to tell you how to be a fan. If you want to be a fan, however you want to do it.
But I'm gonna tell you how to be a fan.
But
No,
but I'm going to
no.
draw the line here, okay? And Gary is my witness of this happening. The moment of loudness, right? It's an incredible thing that everyone gets to be involved in. If you haven't been, you get your cell phone out and put the light up. It's a whole experience. It's very emotional. And rather than a moment of silence, you do a moment of loudness for these two athletes that died, right? It's happening between every single third and fourth quarter this entire season. I'm getting like really mad talking about it.
Just
The guy behind me says to his friend, "Are we doing this every game?" And his friend says, "Yeah, we do this every game." And he says, "This is stupid.
Oh.
This is dumb. This needs to stop. I'm sorry that we are somehow inconveniencing your third and fourth quarter intermission break, but have some perspective in this world. You are the epitome of a jackass, and calling out a fellow Ute fan is not something I'm going to do a lot, but you are a jackass. It's not cool. Have some freaking perspective of what these guys that are on the field that you're here, quote unquote, cheering for have gone through all freaking year with their two brothers that have died. And this is dumb. We need to stop this. No, don't come back to another game. How's that?
Is not dumb. It's amazing.
Yeah, but it was that was the worst. But they were talking about other stuff. But
They were negative on everything.
it was. I mean, we're in a good spot in the South. We were playing a good game. We were ahead by. I'm not even sure what we were ahead at the time, but they were mocking our players and being like ultra critical of our own team.
our own team.
And we were playing a good game, and I'm thinking to myself, why come? Why come? If you hate us, if you hate your own team when we're actually being very successful, if you want to find the dumbest things to nitpick and make fun of and critique and criticize because we threw the ball one time or one of our corners got beat one time.
Yeah, I can give you an example. Clark Phillips. The guy is going to be playing in the NFL. He is a freshman. Yeah. He got beat on like a 5-yard out route completed. And the guy says, "Nice play, 4-star," mocking our own player.
Yeah, they just kind of went on and on and on.
What is that?
And
So that should show you taking what he said about the moment of loudness is just
it's just par for the
complete
course for this guy.
idiotic.
But
Obviously, this dude has
I
no
don't
idea
understand.
what he's
And
talking about.
Is it I don't know if it's a Utah thing. I've never heard fans be this negative towards their own team before. It was the most bizarre thing. But it was the moment of loudness thing that made him the jackass.
It's just jackassery to have that insensitivity. And you become a jackass at some point when you're having a successful game or a successful season, and you're finding all you criticize is your own team. How about the other team? I don't know. Anyway, that's jackassery. They get the Jackass Award. And if you're listening, that's the way.
If you're listening, I'd say it to your face.
It's the way it goes, man. I like you when we just talk, but man, it got a little aggravating after a while.
That's too much. That's awful.
But that's not kind of a negative, but that's jackassery.
Yeah, we like to end this podcast on a negative note to get you coming back for more.
Hey, but it had to be done.
It had to be said.
Had to be done.
Have fun in Palo Alto.
I will. Again, first time there. I'm super excited.
Enjoy all the intellectuals and the golf clapping.
I am going to be so out of place. I can't believe they're letting me on campus.
Yeah, don't get
When I
kicked
get there
off.
and they're like, "What's your SAT score?" And I'm like, "I don't know, 5." They might not let me attend the game.
They might not. You have to do a written essay just to walk
Just
in
to get
the
off.
gates.
Seriously.
Yeah, you gotta show your vaccine card and your SAT score.
Speaking of which, I'm going to need to borrow your vaccination card, number 1, and then
And an SAT score.
and then Bryn, can I borrow?
No,
your
you think
SAT
you're going to
score?
be able to get by these people?
They would spot a fake immediately.
Oh, absolutely. They've got.
They would be like, "There's no Dr. Johnson in Salt Lake City." I'm like, what? How do you know that? I know everything.
They're very smart.
All right, there we go. Big game. Let's do it.
Another big
Let's do
one.
it, Utes, huh?
Yeah. Ready?
Let's turn the volume up. Hint.
Let's get it. I'm telling you why. You can see in
They
their
did
eyes
play
the
this
boys
during the
ain't
I
game,
know, they
but
played-
they only played like 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's all they could do.
You can eat in the live.
But they did. They played it during the game. It was cool.
Out with the flies fashions. Cameras out,
nice.
they steady flashing.
I couldn't hear it, but they played it.
That's
the problem.
You boys, we about to ride. We're a band of brothers and we stick together like an army mission when it's wartime. We stacking them W's, pay attention. Opponents coming with apprehension. We stay on top of our division. Went from BCS buses to playoff contenders. We on the rise up. Now the boys mad. We had to tighten them boys up. We here for the crown. We on the rise up. Now the boys mad. We had to tighten them boys up. We here for the crown. We on the rise up.
Go Utes.